the Menace to Society thing, because I had shared with you earlier off camera that the first videos that the Hughes brothers ever videoed was Mine and High Seas. They did 2 videos for us. From there, they went ahead and did Pox, Brandon Got a Baby. They went and did MC8 videos. But now, a lot of people know, and a lot of people may not know that Pac was supposed to be in Menace to Society, but I guess some things happened. You know, what was it, if you could speak on it, that he might have told you what happened?
Well, I got off the plane coming from Oakland, and he picked me up from the airport, and you know, I was drunk as hell when he picked me up and shit. I do remember what happened though, because he was like, you know, he just threw the newspaper on my lap and he said, "Man, read this shit." And so, you know, I'm like, you know, what the fuck is this? So I read it, and it said Tupac Shakur gets fired from the set of MENACE. I can read it. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Like reading it, it said its exact words. Tupac Shakur comes to the set of MENACE to Society. Tupac Shakur gets fired from the set of MENACE to Society because he comes to the set drunk and can't remember his lines. That was in the paper.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like, no, man, that shit was in the paper, dude.
Right.
Like, he didn't really, you know, they didn't say, call him and say, "Yeah, oh, motherfucking you fired. Don't come to the set of our fucking movie." Like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say none of that. Like, you know, they just put that shit in the paper like that.
Right. Well, that was our social media. That was our Instagram, our Facebook, and MySpace back in the days.
Back in the day, and it was like everybody was reading that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
It is, 'cause that's the paper.
Like, damn, like, like I can't even say calm down and shit, because that's, you know, I don't know what to tell you after that, man. And like, you just be mad over that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so he like, I'm gonna beat that motherfucking ass and shit.
And he did.
Yeah, but you know, I was kind of like, when he said that, I was like, I was drunk, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you ain't gonna, I said, you ain't gonna do nothing, nigga. He said, "I'm gonna beat that motherfucking ass. Watch, I'm gonna beat the shit out." I said, "Oh, nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing, nigga." And I was pushing on him and shit. I was like, "You ain't gonna do nothing, fool. You ain't gonna do nothing, nigga."
Oh shit! Spice wanted to instigate.
Man, got to my video shoot. I didn't know the Hughes brothers was gonna be there in this. You know, it was a big ass fight. And I feel, you know, fucked up. You know, it wasn't my fault. I can't sit there and take the blame for that. You know what I'm saying? I got love for the Hughes brothers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Pac was my homie. I just hated to see that whole thing go down like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing. So, you know, shout out to the Hughes brothers, and rest in peace to the homie Pac, man. Love y'all niggas and shit.
You know, I'll tell you what Alan and Albert told me, because they called me when that happened. And because I've always maintained good communication and remain in contact with people that either blessed me, helped me, filmed with me, recorded with me. I've always have done that. So every once in a while, I'll shoot them a call. "Hey man, how you guys doing? Everything good?" Yeah. We're filming over here. You mind if I drop by? Come on down. So they called me. Albert did, and I asked him, "Hey man, I heard about that Tupac thing, that they went to the set and they beat you guys up. Is that true?" And they said it was true. They didn't deny it. And then they said, "Yeah, he came with a bunch of guys and this happened." So I said, "What happened?" But the way they made it seem, it was just something very simple. They just said, "Look, man, he just kept trying to tell us how to direct." And we just said, "We're the directors, man. Just do your lines." Yeah. Like he never badmouthed them. He never said anything like that.
Right.
You know, he just said, "We're the directors," and he just felt like, "You guys don't know what you guys are doing. I've done movies." He goes, "So we just said, you know what? We're not going to need your services anymore." He goes, and then he comes back, and you know,
and he wanted to fight after that.
Yeah. So, but they never ever had badmouthed him. You know.
Right. No, I never seen him talk bad about Pac. He was just really pissed off over that. That newspaper. If they would have approached it a different way, then maybe everything else would have went different. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it was just ugly. The whole thing. because shit. When I was doing the video, I was doing Trigger Got No Heart, and Tyron was standing next to me. And I remember I was going, kill him out with me, Glock, Glock, kill him out, kill him out. I was saying that part. And he kept tapping me on my shoulder and he was pointing, and I was like, quit fucking tapping me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Quit fucking tapping me. You know what I'm saying? And he tapped me again. I'm like, man, quit fucking tapping me. And then I looked and I said, what the fuck? And then he just pointed. And I was like, oh shit. And I seen Alan and he was running up the hill and he was covered with blood, like it was blood all over him. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know who it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, back then I was kind of ruthless and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm finna clothesline this nigga back down the hill and shit. I didn't know it was Alan and shit.
Right.
I started running full speed, dude. Like, I was like, I'm finna fuck this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm running full speed. I'm like, bah, get your ass back down the hill. We finna finish you off, nigga.
Right, right.
Because I didn't know who it was. Whoever it was, I knew it wasn't nothing but Thug Life niggas and my niggas from Compton and my niggas from Hayward and Oakland at the bottom of the hill. And they was all down there shooting dice, partying, and doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew everybody.
Right.
And so I'm like, they must have fucked somebody up and somebody got away. I'm finna knock him back down the hill. And I was running full speed. I was about to catch him with all this.
You're gonna be like, oh, you can.
Yeah, I was finna do it. I had everything planned. You know what I'm saying? But I got close up on it and realized it was Alan and shit. And I was like, oh shit.
What happened to him?
I guess Pac got to him. Pac got to him,
Right.
And so, I was like, hey, so I was like, oh shit. I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, man, is you cool? I said, you good? And he was like, yeah, and he was wiping blood and shit off him. And I was like, man, just go up the top of the hill. You know what I'm saying? Just go up to the top of the hill. And they running up the hill like we fucking finish this thing out.
Right.
And I was like, hey, fuck y'all. I thought to throw one, hey, you the fuck, man? What y'all doing? My nigga, what are y'all doing? Got that shit. He's done.
Right.
And so I guess, I don't know if I think they call an ambulance or whatever and shit. And, but then we ended up going to court over that shit, man, Pac and everybody,
What did they take him to court for? Just like, I don't know, being bullied or?
Assault.
Oh, okay.
So he caught an assault charge. And wasn't nobody blaming him because they was crazy because dude was covered with blood. That's all I got to say. And they, like I said earlier, they ain't never claimed to be no gangsters and no shit like that. So I wouldn't expect them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, the whole thing was ugly. We was all in court. We was all in the front of the courthouse playing strap on the side in the fucking in the car, hella loud and shit, and big ass crowd. I was surprised we didn't go to jail that day at court and shit. But we was wild back then. Everything was fun, and even they would even took us to jail. We would have had a party in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shit.